Since we have a lot of new subscribers, thank you so much for checking in, subscribing and watching. I wanted to make another introduction video where I go over my background as well as my future plans. Now, the first video that I made was an introduction, but things have changed since. And I'm gonna try and not ramble on and just give you the good bits. So let's check it out. My story is that I was born in 1993. Not much to say about that. I was born in the old age before smartphones and before internet had spread and stuff like that. I got a stepdad, which I still have, in 97 when I was 4 years old. In 2003, it became apparent that I was quite gifted. I won a national math competition together with actually someone in my class. We always had sort of a friendly rivalry when it came to math, and yeah, it was a fun time. Let me tell you, I did not for a long time do anything with that sort of gift. Because in 2005 I started playing World of Warcraft, and man, it completely consumed me and my thoughts as much as anything ever could. It was around 2007 that I decided, after playing a lot of Call of Duty, that I wanted to be a soldier. So when high school came around, I didn't really, I just took the easiest program, I think, and one that my friend joined, which was the welding program. And it sucked, honestly. I hated it so much. And I kind of do regret doing that, but I know why I did it, right? Because I was going to be a soldier and whatever, right? More time to play World of Warcraft, I guess. In 2012, I finished school. I actually did YouTube for a while. It was about humor and fitness. That channel is called Cannonball Training. Don't watch it. It's not good. In 2013, when I was 20 years old, I met a girl. Her name was Emma. At this time, I was working in a sawmill with my good friend Micke. We connected really well, and in 2014 we moved in together, and yeah, we had a great time. And I switched in this time to working in construction, laying down fiber in the ground. And in 2016 I went through with my plans to join the military in order to become a soldier. While I was in boot camp, I had my son Isaac. It's a long story, but I had to rush on a Monday to catch a train to go to the hospital, and so a whole ordeal. Good times. However, I then, after the military, I joined the reserve and took a normal job as a welder. And by the way, up until this point, I had competed in bench press, and I had won 2 national golds. I started competing in bench press when I was 17. I won my first gold the next year, and then the year after that. In 2017, when I was 24, I won sort of the senior national gold in bench press in the 83 kilo class, benching 182.5. So that was sort of a life goal. However, while working as a welder, which I hated, absolutely hated it, Emma broke up with me. Then in December of 2017, I bought this house, which I live in. It was quite worn down, in need of a lot of repairs, which I have done or had help with. And it's starting to shape up really good, like 8 years later. In 2018, I decided to start my own company, which was to manufacture. I built gym machines, basically kettlebells, power racks, other machines, as well as I had my own gym, which I did group workouts in and personal training in. So I was a coach on the internet, and then I did live physical personal training and group training while competing. However, during this time, I had, fell into a horrible existential depression, just pitch black, 0 out of 10 darkness. And I think in retrospect, it was because of the breakup, of course, but also that while I was quite good at building the machines and I was able to offer very good products to a cheaper price, I had no idea on how to sell things, and yeah, it didn't work out at all, actually. In 2018, I also became a firefighter, part-time, on call. Since then, I have been on sort of, I think it's like 250 calls. 200 of these were medical, and in the military I was a medical soldier. I also was a machine gunner, but it came in handy with this sort of acute catastrophic medical assistance. So horrible depression. I quit bench press. I lost like 50 pounds from 83 kilos to something like 60. Quit bench press, started arm wrestling instead, met some new friends. In 2019, RE still fails, doesn't work. I don't sell the things. I don't know even how to do it. And when I try it, it doesn't work. Then I slowly start to recover from my existential depression, learning about depression and how to beat it. And a lot of the things that I talk about, today is things that I learned back then. This is really the time where I started to learn a lot about psychology, watching sort of stuff on YouTube, reading books, stuff like that. I got a normal job again, working in construction, more putting down fiber in the ground. And 2020 was all about work. We built stuff near or in Sandviken, server halls for Microsoft. I laid pipe in the ground and worked as, construction worker, I guess. In 2020, I met my ex-wife in November. We actually went to welding school together, and she was quite supportive during that time when I did sort of some of the YouTube videos, which was funny. In 2021, I quit my job there because it was too far away, and I became a security guard instead. We got engaged and we moved in together and had a fantastic year. It was absolutely amazing. In 2022, the security guard job was only for a summer, and then I went back to welding, which I absolutely hate. And in April of 2022, I quit and started studying instead. I had to get my grades up from high school, since I had skipped class so much to play World of Warcraft, in order to get into university. At first, I was thinking about going to economy, but then I realized that if I'm going to spend all of this time, like 7 years or whatever, studying, then I want to do what I really enjoy. And then I chose the psychology program. 2023 was one, if not the most amazing years of my life. I turned 30, I got married, and I started university. We had such an amazing year in so many ways, and I will always remember and cherish the year of 2023. 2024 was a year of studying a lot, working a lot, and I joined Mensa, where I have met a lot of new good friends. I'm very happy about that. Towards the end of 2024, our relationship started to break down, and I do believe that we were like a match and gasoline, and how amazing 2021, 2022, and 2023 were. Such an intense fire is perhaps destined to burn out. And in 2025, my wife told me that she wanted a divorce. And oh shit, I think my laundry machine is breaking down. Hold on. Yes, the laundry machine is broken, but it was time. It has been power struggling for a very long time, and it was very old. Anyway, so extreme sadness from the divorce. But then I started YouTube. I bought a motorcycle. I've done a lot of extra renovation, both inside and outside. I've met new friends. I have studied at least 150% pace, and I've worked at the fire station sort of 200%. And I want to give a shout out to my ex-wife that supported me back in 2012, and she supported me spiritually during the years we were married, and even now she gave me the gift of freedom and passion to live a life that I've always wanted. Now, I would have loved to just live that life with her forever that we lived, but it is what it is. I hope she's happy with yeah, everything. So 2025 August, here we are. That is when I am shooting this video. YouTube has gone a lot much better than I had anticipated, and we're up in day, I don't know which day it is, 164 perhaps, or 165, and I just find it more and more fun and enjoyable each day, actually. And I have absolutely no plans of ever stopping. I will for sure do this every day until graduation, but probably I'll just keep going because it is a fun hobby, and I love it, and I love interacting with the community. For the first 50 or 100 days or so, I had something like 50 to 100 subscribers perhaps, or maybe I was up to like 300 by then. The last of July we hit 1,000 subscribers, and 2 weeks later 2,000, and we're sitting now at something like 40 to 100 new subscribers each day, and I just feel insanely blessed and so full of gratitude and happiness about that people want to follow me, my journey, and learn more about psychology, which I love. So there is 2026 and a bunch of question marks, and we're going to wait with the announcement, because first we're going to talk about the future. And I do believe in myself. Some people call me delusional, but I've always sort of, sometimes you stumble, like with R.J. Steele, or with, breakups and stuff like that. But I have learned so much about the world and myself, and I know what I can do, I know what I can't do, I know what I can control, and I know what I cannot control. And in 2028, of course, I will graduate. There is no, that's just going to happen. I have no problems in school. I take extra courses and I read extra on the side, partly to educate myself, but of course also to provide for you, the YouTube watchers. In 2029, I will be buying my first Lamborghini. I've always wanted a Lamborghini. It's a very cool car, and I'm going to do it. It's going to be expensive. I did a calculation, and it will cost me something like $2,000 a month then, but I'm going to use a big part of my salary to buy a Lamborghini, because that is what I want. And in 2035, if I can do anything about it, I want to have 1 million subscribers, and I think I can do. I believe in it. I want to have 2 or 3 more kids, and I want to have a castle by the sea or a house by the lakeside. So, the grand announcement. In 2026, in the summer, I might be moving. I bought this house in 2017. I've probably also forgotten just a ton of stuff that I wanted to tell you, but it's not important. Well, it is, but whatever. In 2026, I will probably be moving to south of Gothenburg. And that is because with this divorce and with how the place that I live and have basically almost lived since I was born have changed, I feel the lust and the passion for an adventure. I have come to the conclusion that I would rather come back here to visit rather than to live here and visit other places. Because an ordinary Tuesday when you are alone here is very boring. And the program that I go to, I picked that program because it was sort of close to here, because we were together, we had a big bonus family, and I was content. But it is a 1 hour plus 10 minutes drive there, and then the same home. And that city is mediocre at best. And if I ever want to move somewhere, I don't want to move there. Gothenburg, on the other hand, is quite beautiful, quite fun, and I feel that if I don't move now, it will never happen. You know what I mean? Because I am single now, and I am sort of free to do sort of what I want, at least next year, because I have to finish my clinical practice and stuff like that beforehand. So it is still in the planning phase, but more and more, from 90 to 95 to 99%, I am sure that it's actually going to happen. And yeah, stay tuned for more information about that. If you live somewhere near Gothenburg, especially to the southwest, let me know, and I would love sort of a tour guide. Welcome to everyone that's new. I am a single father, I am a psychology student, I am an ex-soldier, I am a firefighter, I know a lot about sports psychology, training, and I love renovation. And I believe in, oh, there's a fly here. I believe in maximum sort of effort and consistency to change the life to what you want it to be. I actually wrote a book in 2024, and it is called Det blir vad man gör. It becomes what you make of it. And that is one of my mottos, amongst many other things. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow.